So I used to be a sergeant supervisor. I used to work in armed security. In my training in the police academy, there was this concept that we were taught, and it was called the passersby effect. And essentially, this is a psychological phenomena or ideology where the more people that there are that see that there's a problem, the less likely anyone is to respond. The more people there are witnessing the same problem, the less likely any one of those people are to actually be the one to resolve it. It's almost like the next person is hoping that the next person will be the one to solve the issue so they don't have to get involved, because humans naturally are we naturally have an aversion to risk. There are some of us out there that welcome it to some degree, but for the most part, we don't want to get involved in a situation if we don't have to. Right. So if there's 100 people in a room and everyone sees that there is an altercation, maybe like there's someone being brutally hurt, a lot of people, you would think naturally that a bunch of human beings see another human being injured and hurt, everybody's going to want to respond and come to their rescue. But no, it's the exact opposite. The more people that there are witnessing a situation, the less likely anyone is to respond. Now, if there is about, I don't know, maybe 5 people witnessing this same situation, the odds and the probabilities of someone responding go up because there's less people involved. There's less people to hope. The odds go up. Does that make sense? Because yes, there's always going to be someone who wants to be the hero. There's always going to be someone who doesn't tolerate injustice. Right. But the odds of those particular people stepping forward significantly decreases the more people there are. And I can't for the life of me. It's crazy, but it's fascinating at the same time. Just like with herd mentality, you see 100 people running in the opposite direction, but you don't know why. You yourself are going to start running with the people, because obviously if everybody's doing it, then you yourself feel you should probably do it too. It all comes down to survival and instinct. We want to survive. So if there is a situation happening in front of our eyes, well, my survival instinct is, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to get involved with that. I don't want to get hurt. So maybe somebody else will. Somebody else will deal with it. It's okay. If I see it, I know somebody else sees it. Isn't that crazy? And I say this to say, and I bring this up because God is intentional. Okay. And I hope you understand the correlation that I'm about to make. God is intentional. You pray for something, God answers. It's not like he just doesn't give you the thing that you're praying for, but you have to understand how God works, right? Because that's what I talk about on my channel. You pray for wisdom, the Lord is going to bless you with the opportunity to be wise. You pray for strength, he's going to put you in a situation that requires you to be strong. You pray for an increase in your finances, he's going to open up multiple avenues and doors for you to increase your money. You have to have the discernment, though, to understand and see the opportunity, though, when it presents itself, right? You don't say, Lord, I need strength, and then he just taps you on the shoulder, and then all of a sudden you're Popeye. That's not necessarily how it works, although there will be times he sends his angels for divine intervention, and literally he will, but that's not always the case. Most times you pray for something, and then the Lord, in the blessing is him helping you understand that what you're praying for is already within you, right? So if everyone is praying in this nation for it to be a better place, Imagine how God would present that opportunity for everyone to make it a better place. We see the fire, it's clearly burning, it is consuming the nation, right? I told y'all, he said Babylon will fall. In this case, Babylon is a mindset, just like Egypt is a mindset. So you have to spiritually discern what's really going on. So, if everyone is praying for the world and the nation to be a better place, then he's going to present the opportunity for us to make it a better place. Does that make sense? He's intentional. Nothing is a coincidence. So, imagine that everyone is praying for the same thing, and then all of a sudden the biggest bully in the world, it seems, now has control of the very place you live and has control over your livelihood. The biggest bully in the world is now abusing their power, and you are witnessing the fire that they have started and created, and it is all consuming. No, you're not a firefighter, but you think you don't have the ability to help put out that fire along with the other millions of people who were praying for the same thing? There are only so many trained firefighters. They can't respond to all the fires and then still be expected to put out the big one, right? So, hear me out. What if you are witnessing that fire because you prayed and asked for there to be a better place? Literally, when you see a forest fire, sometimes, and I know there'll be a lot of situations where people with farmland or people, whatever, they will burn the land literally as a way to help regrow and give new life to whatever was there before. Sometimes you have to destroy and break down what was already there so you can build something back up better. Y'all, Nepal just, they literally had a revolution within 4 days. 4 days. And then not only that, they made world history because they just appointed the first female prime minister. 4 days was all it took. 4 days for a revolution. And yet here we are, 10 months into the first year of the second term of somebody who gave us his playbook the first time. And so here we are 10 months later, and still we're all looking at the fire, and it's just growing and growing and growing. And people are like, who's going to put out the fire? Who's going to put it out? The next person, surely the next person is going to be the one to do something about it. When God's like, I already gave you the ability to do something. I don't know. Maybe this country has done so well with ideology and programming and systematics put in place and all of that to literally keep us in the herd mentality and think that we have no power, no real power to do anything. Maybe that's the case, and we are just slowly but surely watching the nation burn. Now, I'll play devil's advocate and say karma. But at the same time, the disciples gave up everything that they knew, the life they knew and loved, to follow Jesus so they could have a better way of life. Do you think God wouldn't expect us to do the same? Or hope maybe we would, for the sake of everything that we have been praying and asking him for? What are you willing to give up? Put the fire out.